Hey, what is going on, YouTube? What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. How are y'all doing out there today? Hopefully, you're doing all right, man. So we're here with some TODD RUNGREN. Once again, I've got one reaction to him on the channel. Now we've got a new one right here. It's called "It Wouldn't Have Made Any Difference." So we're gonna be checking out this one. It looks like it's off this album, maybe something, anything. So I haven't heard this one before. This will be only the second song ever I've heard from TODD. Really enjoyed the first one, man. He's got something special here. Yeah, we've got something special here to tap into. So we're going to be looking at this one today, man. Let's go ahead and take a little listen. It wouldn't have made any difference. It looks like it might be a lyric video, which is always helpful if it is. I don't know. But let's go ahead and jump in. Ooh. I like this vibe already.
If I ever thought of lying, I'd rather think of dying instead. And maybe you remember the last time you called me to say we were through. How it took a million tears just to prove they all were for you. But those days are through, 'cause it wouldn't have made any difference. If you love me, how could you love me when it wouldn't really make any difference? If you really loved me, you just didn't love me, 'cause I know of hundreds of times I could be in the most unfaithful arms, that you always picture me. And maybe you remember that though I can't always show proof I was true, no one else could change my mind or stop me coming home to you. But those days are through, 'cause it wouldn't have made any difference.
This is crazy. I haven't ever heard this kind of song before with these lyrics.
Love me when it wouldn't really make any difference. If you really love me, you just didn't love me enough to believe me, enough to believe me, enough not to leave me, enough not to look for a reason to be unhappy with me and make me regret ever wanting you. But those days are through, 'cause it wouldn't have made any difference. If you love me, how could you love me when it wouldn't really make any difference? If you really love me, you just did not love me, 'cause it wouldn't have made any difference.
Hey, TODD.
If you love me, how could you love me when it wouldn't really make any difference?
Man,
If you really love me,
TODD's got them jams. TODD's got them jams, dude. So with TODD here, I don't think I've ever, and if I have, I don't remember. I don't think I've ever heard a song about this topic. This might be a first. He's talking, at least to me. I'll dive deeper, but I'm gonna give my first impressions. To me, it sounds like he's talking about being in a relationship with somebody and they're always accusing him of wanting other people. You're always out there, you're looking at them, you want them, you don't even want to be with me, accusing you of cheating, accusing all the time of this person doing all these things that they're not doing. And he's like, dude, I love you. Like, I'm here with you. You are the only person I want. But this person is always so unhappy because of their own insecurities, that they really drove a wedge in this relationship. And it sounds like the person who was accusing him and insecure all this time ended up leaving him. So it's like, I invested so much in this relationship because I love you and I wanted this to work and I care about you so much, but your own insecurities ate you up alive that you ruined this. So it didn't matter. It wouldn't have made any difference. There was no way for me to ever prove to you that you were the only one for me. Like, you didn't even give this a chance. You ruined this. That is interesting. If that's what it's about, which it sounds like it was, I don't think I've ever heard anyone touch on this topic, and this is a real thing that happens right here. So, some of you have probably had your experiences with this on either side of the fence, where you just really couldn't trust somebody and you didn't have proof, but you just said, "Nah, there's just this isn't sitting right. I don't like where I'm at." Or you were the one that was always being accused of stuff, and typically, I guess, in that situation when you're always the one being accused, you sometimes find out it was the partner, the accuser, all this time doing something, right? So this here says the original notes by Todd was the meaning of the song is open to interpretation. Most people think it means it wouldn't have made any difference to me if you loved me or not. I always thought it meant if you really did, then why did you act like such a schmuck? Exactly. All right. Yeah, I love you, Todd. So we're on the same page. Pretty much, yeah, he was in love. He really wished this other person was in love, but they acted like such a knucklehead, right? That there's no way you were ever in love with me because you treated me bad. You accused me all the time. And, that's where we ended up the way we did. And I mean, look at these lyrics, right? Do you remember the last time I said, if I ever thought of lying, I'd rather think of dying instead? I mean, that's serious emotion, right? Like, I wouldn't lie to you. I'd rather die than lie to you because he didn't want to lose this. This was special. And he didn't want to lose this, but what can you do when someone's fighting against you, with that? Oh my God. And maybe you remember the last time you called me to say we were through, how it took a million tears just to prove they were all for you. But those days are through. Maybe he's saying, I'm not going to go through that anymore. I'm not going to keep tearing myself down to bits and pieces just so you can feel, okay, I do love you. Like, I don't have the energy to put myself through this ringer every single time. Stop tearing me up, right? Because I know of hundreds of times I could be in the most unfaithful arms that you always picture me. And maybe you remember that, though I can't always show proof I was true. So that's what he's saying. All these unfaithful arms that she's thinking that he's lying around in. He's saying I could have been in those positions. I could have, yeah, I could have been fulfilling that nightmare that you're having of me, but I didn't. Like, I couldn't always show you proof that I was true. Like, you just had to take my word for it. I love you, but you just always had these visions of me being unfaithful. No one else can change my mind or stop me from coming home to you, but those days are through. Once again, finalizing this, because once again, he's being put through the ringer and he's not going to keep putting himself through this. If his love isn't enough and you can't take his word for it, you can't trust him, then it's over. So that's what it was, right? And a little bit about the wiki here. It says that the song was released. Well, it says the album. I couldn't find the wiki on the song itself, but it says the album was released in 1972, and of course, it was on the Something Anything album here. Man, they got it listed different genres on this album here. You got rock, pop, R&B, and psychedelia, and just a great sound, total body sound right here. I love it, man. Just a great sound. I don't know necessarily. Maybe this falls into R&B. That's the vibes I kind of get from it, and it's sweet. This is a sweet, groovy little pocket here. Love this type of music right here, and I want more. I want more of it in my life. All right, well, thank you guys so much for rocking with me here today. Hopefully you enjoyed the reaction. Let me know your thoughts on this one, and if you've been in situations like this before, and what side of the spectrum you were on. Because of course, some of us have definitely made asses of ourselves. I'm there with you guys. So, but then some of us are probably saints and haven't ever you know, thought they were in a bad situation, I guess. So thank you guys for tuning in here. Really appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget like, subscribe, check out the descriptions down below for other ways you can help the channel, including becoming a member here on my YouTube, my Patreon, or donation request. With that being said, I'm gone. See you on the next one. All right, peace.